What happened to those who disbelieve Allah? Part 8. Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with the companions of the elephant? Did he not make their stratagem go awry? And he sent upon them birds and flocks, pelting them with stones of petrified clay. Thus he made them like straw, eaten up. This surah, as its names indicate, refers to the well-known historical event that happened in the year of the birth of the Holy Prophet, when Allah protected the Kaaba against the attack of the army of pagans who, riding on the backs of elephants, came from Yemen intending to destroy it. The surah is a recollection of the miraculous event which many people of Mecca remember because it happened not so long ago. Its remembrance is a warning against the proud, arrogant pagans to make them aware that they have no power to stand in the way of the power of Allah, who destroyed the great army of elephants by little, tiny birds who pelted them with small stones of petrified clay, and he can punish these stubborn oppressors too. Their equipment was no more than that of Abraha, nor did the number of their fighters match this. In other words, they had seen that event with their own eyes, and yet were so arrogant. Dear friends, welcome to the new video based on the events where we tell you what happened to those who disbelieve Allah. The al-Fil, year of the elephant, is the name in Islamic history of the year approximately equating to 570-571 CE. According to Islamic resources, it was in this year that Muhammad was born. The name is derived from an event said to have occurred at Mecca. Abraha, the Abyssinian, Christian ruler of Aksum, marched upon the Kaaba in Mecca with a large army, which included war elephants, intending to demolish it. However, the lead elephant, known as Mahmud, is said to have stopped at the boundary around Mecca and refused to enter. It has been mentioned in the Quran that the army was destroyed by small birds that carried pebbles that destroyed the entire army, and Abraha perished. Surah in Quran illustrates the incident clearly. The year came to be known as the year of the elephant, beginning a trend for reckoning the years of the Arabian Peninsula. This reckoning was used until it was replaced with the Islamic calendar during the times of Umar. According to early Islamic historians, such as Ibn Shak, in honor of his Ali, Abraha built a great church at Sanaz known as Al-Qailis, a loan word borrowed from church. Al-Qailis gained widespread fame, even gaining the notice of the Byzantine Empire. The Arab people of the time had their own center of religious worship and pilgrimage in Mecca, the Kaaba. Abraha attempted to divert their pilgrimage to Al-Qailis and appointed a man named Muhammad ibn Quza to Mecca and Tinama as a king with a message that Al-Qailis was both much better than other houses of worship and purer, having not been defiled by the housing of idols. Ibn Ishaq prophetic biography states, with Abraha, there were some Arabs who had come to seek his bounty. Among them, Muhammad ibn Quza ibn Quzaba al-Dakwini al-Sulami, with several of his tribesmen, including a brother of his called Qais. While they were there with him, a feast of Abraha occurred, and he sent to invite them to the feast. Now he used to eat an animal's testicles, so when the invitation was brought, they said, "By God, if we eat this, the Arabs will hold it against us as long as we live." Thereupon Muhammad ibn Quza got up and went to Abraha and said, "O king, this is a festival of ours, in which we eat only the loins and shoulders." Abraha replied that he would send them what they liked because his sole purpose in inviting them was to show that he had honored them. Then he crowned Muhammad ibn Quza and made him emir of Mudhar, and ordered him to go among the people to invite them to pilgrimage and his cathedral, which he had built. When Muhammad ibn Quza got as far as the land of Kinana, the people of the low land, knowing what he had come for, sent a man of Hudayl called Ura bin Hayed al-Milasi, who shot him with an arrow, killing him. His brother Qais, who was with him, fled to Abraha and told him the news, which increased his rage and fury, and he swore to raid the Kinana tribe and destroy the temple. Abraha, incensed, launched an expedition of 60,000 men against the Kaaba at Mecca, led by a white elephant named Mahmud, and possibly with other elephants. Some accounts state that there were several elephants, or even as many as 8, in order to destroy the Kaaba. Several Arab tribes attempted to fight him on the way, but were defeated. When news of the advance of Abraha's army came, the Arab tribes, the Quraysha, Banu Kina, Banu Quza, and Banu Hudayl united in defense of the Kaaba. A man from the Himayyat kingdom was sent by Abraha to advise them that Abraha only wished to demolish the Kaaba, and if they resisted, they would be crushed. Abdul Muttalib told the Meccans to seek refuge in the hills, while he, with some leading members of the Quraysh, remained within the precincts of the Kaaba. Abraha sent a dispatch inviting Abdul Muttalib to meet with Abraha and discuss matters. When Abdul Muttalib left the meeting, he was heard saying, "The owner of this house is its defender, and I am sure he will save it from the attack of the adversaries and will not dishonor the servants of his house." The reference to the story in Quran is rather short. According to the Surah Al-Fil, the next day, as Abraha prepared to enter the city, a dark cloud of small birds named Ababil appeared. The birds carried small rocks in their beaks and bombarded the Ethiopian forces and smashed them like eaten straw. However, according to Muhammad Asad, the surah does not describe birds literally carrying small rocks. He instead, referencing Al-Zamakshari and Fakir ad-Dina al-Razi, translates the above-mentioned verses as, "Thus he let loose open them great swarms of flying creatures, which smote them with stone-hard blows of taskmazik preordained." The events that happen to those who disbelieve in Allah are a clear reminder that His power and might are unmatched. The story of the companions of the elephant serves as a warning to all those who are arrogant and believe they are invincible. The miraculous destruction of that great army by tiny birds is a testament to the fact that Allah can punish the oppressors and bring down the mighty with ease. The disbelievers may have thought they had the power to destroy the Kaaba and the believers, but they were proven wrong. Their arrogance and pride blinded them to the reality that they were mere mortals, and Allah is the Almighty. As we reflect on the story, we must remember that Allah is always watching over us, and He will protect us from harm if we placed our trust in Him. We must also strive to avoid arrogance and pride in our daily lives, for it is a trait that Allah detests. The Year of the Elephant is an important event in Islamic history. It is the year in which the Prophet Muhammad was born, and the year in which the army of Abraha, the Abyssinian Christian ruler of Aksum, marched upon the Kaaba in Mecca with a large army, including war elephants, intending to demolish it. However, the lead elephant, known as Mahmud, is said to have stopped at the boundary around Mecca and refused to enter. According to the Quran, the army was destroyed by small birds that carried pebbles that destroyed the entire army, and Abraha perished. The event is recounted in Surah Fil in the Quran. The year came to be known as the Year of the Elephant and began a trend for reckoning years in the Arabian Peninsula, which was used until it was replaced with the Islamic calendar during the times of Umar. Abraha's attempt to divert the pilgrimage from Mecca to Al-Qaliz by building a great church and appointing a man named Muhammad ibn Quzay as king is mentioned in early Islamic historians like Ibn Ishaq. Muhammad ibn Quzay was killed by a man for the Kinana tribe, which incensed Abraha, and he launched an expedition of 60,000 men, including elephants, to destroy the Kaaba. However, the Arab tribes of the Quraysh, Banu Kina, Banu Qaza, and Bana Hudayl united in defense of the Kaaba, and the army of Abraham was destroyed by small birds carrying pebbles. The year of the elephant is remembered as a reminder to the proud and arrogant pagans that they have no power to stand in the way of the power of Allah, who can punish them for their oppression. In the end, those who disbelieve in Allah will face the consequences of their actions. Their fate is in the hands of the Almighty, and we must pray for their guidance and hope that they will one day turn to the truth. Let us remember the lessons from the story of the companions of the elephant and strive to live a life of humility and submission to Allah. May Allah guide us all and grant us success in this life and the hereafter. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content.